Hey guys, Retro Robot here, or the Retro Guy, back with a new review. And if I sound weird or tired, that's because I just woke up and transformed a bunch of figures. Well, let's get on to this guy. And if you follow my Instagram, you would know that I have made the posts about him, his building process, and the new mode I gave him. So yeah, here we have Rapiader 2.0, which he is a triple changer, and I say 2.0 because he is a version 2 to an old figure that I created about 2 years ago, like a day or the day of my birthday. And he held up for the time being. He was a okay figure. Pretty much I played with him a lot, and yeah, I did do animation with him, but I can not show it unless I try to dig it out of the crevices it's in. So you might not ever see some of those videos I did of him, sadly. Well, some of them were just garbage. Anyway, so yeah, and here is the original. And if you can picture a jet mode out of this, I don't know. He didn't really transform that much. It's more like you just flip him around and then just fold his legs up. And you can tell that this one looks completely different. And yeah, I tried to homage the original a little bit, but still go for a new spin with some updated looks. And I had to change a lot just to get him to where he is now. And at some point, I will actually put him in his original colors and see how that looks. Because right now he's a bunch of random colors. I tried to give him a color scheme the best I could with the parts I had. He's lots of green highlights on him, and looks pretty good all around. And the back is a little bit kibbly, but I cannot avoid that. And you can see how ridiculously long he is. And yeah, as you can see, he has these uh, blasters underneath, which is what I would assume a fighter jet probably would have. And I really do like this. I did try to go what I when I think of this character or what I did with this figure, I think of Transformers Prime Starscream. He's kind of my inspiration to get to this point on what to do and where the wings will be oriented in robot mode. Which, if you've seen the Instagram post, you know what they look like. You know what all his modes look like, but you don't know what the conversion is, and it's pretty much a very not that fun transformation. It's very complex. Well, let's get on to size comparisons and set them here. Try to fit something in the same frame. Get a smaller bot here. Yeah, fast tracks, and looks pretty nice. I don't think this is completely accurate scale to an actual jet, but whatever. Then we have Accelerator, which I will do a review on him pretty soon. And yeah, they look pretty good, not too bad. He's, of course, kind of big anyway. And a jet mode comparison to another jet. We have Killshot, and he looks pretty good compared to him, and they're both pretty big jets. But which jet mode do I like more? I do like this one a little bit more. I'm just kind of more into style jets, but the other one still looks pretty good. And I have a lot of comparisons. Jet mode between these guys, pretty nice. another jet. And of course, this one's much bigger. He's a pretty big character, but nowhere near as complex as him. So yeah. And for a much taller comparison, we have of course much bigger. And yeah, I guess that's scale to a dinosaur, I don't know. Alright, now let's get into transformation. For this guy, because there's not really much else you can say about this. So we are going to go into wolf mode. Just know that this is probably going to be a mess. I might forget how to do certain parts because he's very complex. So the first thing you want to do is just come to the front and just split those parts in half and detach them. Then you want to come here, you want to flip that piece up. Don't rip off the nose cone. You want to flip this part up too. You're going to want to rotate the whole thing around because this is where everything will show up at. I'm going to pull out all this stuff. Jeez. Broke apart. There we go. Alright, now you just want to pull these legs down, or wolf legs down. Now you want to take the leg, rotate around, then take this piece and you want to reorient it. Oh shoot. Now you can do it like that, and then just put the leg back in. As you can see, parts don't like to always stay on. And you also want to come here and slide this piece down a little bit more. That part will just sit there. Alright. And you kind of want to do that. And you can take the other leg and do the same thing here. Take that. And you can put those back in. Which you can just split the legs for a second, so then you can come to the body and detach it. Let the arms down. And you want into there. So this piece, it's going to tab right into there. Oh, shoot. Angle that down now. And when I come to this part, you just rotate it, then you can collapse it back down. Now, you just want to come here and just move these legs down some more just to get them out of the way until we can come back to them. And get those oriented around like that. And he's coming together, and you can see a leg came off, and just go in and reattach that. Alright, give myself a workout here, and if you can hear the sounds of frustration, that's something. Now, you want to come to here, rotate this down, rotate that around, you want to do it like that. Rotate this whole wing around. Pull the robot head down, and these will be, his arms will become the back legs. And yes, these are the arms for robot mode. And the same thing, and parts will continue to fall off. Alright, there we go. We have something here. Rotate this swing around too. Alright, so we got something now. And we can just get this guy into an orientation. Now you want to rotate this part around and flip it up. And then you want to flip the ears up. And Sorry, I'm just trying to reattach parts that are falling off and trying to make the shape of this character. There we go. Just want to get the leg into this orientation and do the same thing on the other side. No parts keep detaching from it. I'll rotate this paw, or this entire arm around, and just fold it up. Alright, now you're going to want to take the arm here, you're going to rotate it around like this, and then you're going to take this piece, and you're going to fold it up along there. Try not to knock anything out of place. Come on. Stop fighting me. Leave it like that right now, since it wants to fight me. Shoot. Gotta fix something now, since it wanted to break. Alright. Now, you want to take the leg. You can hold it down now. Put it into place, and then just the paw in place. Alright, now if you got him into this orientation, got most of that done and out of the way, and come over to the back now and just fold these up right now just to get them out of the way. Basically just get them out of the way. You're gonna wanna slide these two parts together. And do that. Now you want to fold that in. Then I'll fold this up like that and do that. And slide this and just put it there. Then you can put the gun up like so, or the wing up, and just basically oriented like that. Raise the camera because it's all out of frame, and do the same thing on the other side. Hold this up. Like this. Sure you push it in as close as possible so everything sits up as close as possible. Then the robot head's just gonna rotate around and then just fold up back there. Make sure he's level to the floor. Here we have him in his wolf mode. And yeah, pretty good wolf mode in my opinion, not too bad. I had kind of shoehorned it in. This technically is the afterthought mode, but it doesn't look too bad. Like, has some type of shape. Only thing I can't say is that I don't really like how the back legs look that much, and I kind of did want him to have the claws at the back too, but it's still been a challenge. I'll try to see if I can later on and then do an update on him, or show an update on him. And yeah, really though, the biggest thing that gets me are the wings that just stick up out of his back. They look kind of weird and kind of mess up the wolf aesthetic, I guess, but it's not too bad. And for articulation, if anything, the back legs, you're not really going to do that much with. And those are robot arms, so I'll already be showing them in robot mode, so I'll just skip them. But these ones, there's a hinge right here, there's out and in here, there's also a hinge right in here and kind of back there. There's a ball joint here and just up and down the paw. And for the head doesn't have, the head has a good amount of postability. He can look down pretty far. He can look side to side. His mouth can open pretty wide for all your growling scenes, and if you want, the ears can move. But yeah, that's really all for the wolf mode. And I'm just gonna say this now, the journey to get here was not fun at all. There's probably a bunch of jump cuts and stuff because I literally just had to turn off the camera for a minute and just scream because of how much pain I was going through trying to transform this thing. But nevertheless, it's a pretty good mode. I don't hate it. Now, we get into robot mode. It's not too hard to get it into robot mode from here because most of the stuff is already in place. But yeah, let's just get started. So first, you just want to slide the wings down, or the side of the wolf now. You can pull the legs out, flip the whole head down. We're gonna work on the legs first, so the legs, want to rotate them. Make this a little higher. So you rotate this down. Rotate the shin panel and fold it up and tab it in right there. And then you can rotate the leg back and down. And it might untab itself sometimes. And boom. Now you can do the same thing on the other side. And there we go. There we have the legs all done and out of the way. Now we deal with the entire upper body. Okay, there we go. Hard to see where to put this one. Now we work on all this, so you want to these paws and just get the whole entire wolf legs out of the way completely. Just move them. Now you can flip the head down, take the whole body and rotate it around all these parts out, and this whole strut of parts contains the arms and part of the back. I'm going to do that. Now you want to take this piece, sit it up, rotate it around, and you want to detach this piece that was the nose, cone, and tail. I know it's a little parts forming, but it does something later on. Now you want to lay those parts out and pull this entire section out from the nose, not the nose cone, from the cockpit. And then you want to take these pieces and fold them around like so. And there's the whole chest done. Now the chest is done, and you want to get the whole body, and we're just going to do the arms first. So first thing you want to do is, pull this piece out, take this part and rotate it. My arms hurt now. Alright, now you can take the forearm and flip the hand down. And there's the arm. Now you fold it back and then take the wing, rotate it around, and kind of angle it up like so. Now you can rotate this piece down and fold it up. There's one whole arm transformed. Now do the same thing on the other side. Rotate this around. the body like that and fold this piece up, and then take these arms and tab them in to those pieces. Come on. There we go. Now you can take this whole chest piece and just hold it down, and there's the chest and body done. And then you can flip the head and there's all that done. Now we transformed the backpack, and I did not realize that his leg came off again. Oh yeah, now I'm gonna get this piece here and rotate it up like so. Rotate this whole part around and flip it up. Now essentially you just flip it up onto the back and just hold the paws down like so, and they'll just sit here like so. And while you're doing this, you want to take the whole head of the wolf, rotated, with the ears over the face, or over the eyes, and gosh, there's that done. And you can come under here and do the same thing. Alright, now let's just get into the weapons, and yeah. So first you got the nose cone, which if you flip his hand up, you can tab it into the bottom of the forearm, if it'll actually stay there. And it's not a bad looking weapon. Kind of looks like a welding tool. And for his melee weapon, he has this hook, which it's something, this is carried over from the original. This is actually the original part, but I just modified it so he can hold it. And this just clips it to his hand. And he can hold it pretty well. And positive I can't say about this guy is that he looks really good. Not too bad. And yeah. And I guess you could say he cleans up pretty well. It's not terrible. And we can remove this. Now, don't yank it out of the hand because you might break the clip. Just take off his hand and then just detach it. And here's another old blaster he had, which it broke, so I had to redo it. And it's a little bit like the original. Well, pretty close to the original gun he had. And he can shoot it pretty well. And one of his oldest weapons, and the one that actually stuck out of his back, is this gun here. Well, here it is. And I might modify it to where it can actually stick out of his back like on the original. But you can clip this into his hand and he can hold it pretty well, which if you do some kind of extra work, you kind of can get him to hold it with 2 hands. Like that, I guess. I don't know. Looks kind of weird, but whatever. It's just something you can do if you really want to. Getting this out of the hand. Now we come to some of the newer weapons that aren't really some he had in the original, besides the nose cone attachment piece. He has this double barrel shotgun blaster thing. And this thing can slide right into his hand. And he holds it pretty well. Can just get him into some shooting positions. And as you can see, the arm panels kind of do get in the way. It's not too bad. And he has this huge blaster here, which I really do like it a lot. One of my favorite ones of his. And you can slide it into his hand. And he holds it pretty well. Get him into some blasting positions. Wish he could hold that with 2 hands, but stuff gets in the way. Notably his chest. And he does have one extra weapon, which is part of the original set, is this shotgun. And this, just like all the other guns, tab right into his hands. Or take off his entire forearm. And yeah, that does that. Now I guess we can get into postability. He has a ball joint at the hip, ball joint at the knee, and you can get roughly not complete 90-degree, but not bad. Nothing at the feet except if you use the transformation joint, but that's pointless. ankle swivel and all that, and that crunch. And move these panels out. Alright, and ball joint at the arm enables front, back, and T-pose. Ball joint at the elbow, swivel at the wrists, and kind of up and down if you want that. Head can look pretty far up, like pretty far down, and rotate. That doesn't count. And that's pretty much all for Postability. Size comparison. Here we have fast tracks, pretty nice scale. Here we have Airbender. Again, not too bad. You would think Airbender probably could be a little taller, but he's a smaller mold anyway. Have his brother in arms kill shot here, and yeah, look pretty good. They both have the same head, except one's a different color. Another character that has the exact same head design to Raptor. He's pretty tall, so might need to go up a little bit. And here he is. Yep. Switchblade. And pretty good scale. Of course, he's taller and bigger, but I like the scale. And accelerator. And again, pretty good scale. Now that's basically all for this video. I hope y'all found some type of enjoyment out of this. As I said, the transformation video is going to come out at some point, and I gotta wrap this up before this camera probably turns off again, because it already has on me, and I had to re-record again. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff you want to do. Follow me on Instagram, and DM me if you want to. I'll respond. Shoot, I like to talk to people, I like to communicate. And yeah, I think that's all for today. Just on Instagram, just subscribe, all that normal stuff, and I'll see you later. So this is the Retro Guy, or Retrobot, signing right off, so then I can finally rest.